Hello, hello.
Happy Friday.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope everyone can hear us. Hope everything sounds all right. Let's see. Brandon, yo, 231. Hello,
Hello.
there. Yes, we were riffing a bit before we got started and may have lost track of time. Gianluca, we will see you in a bit. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
Kai, yo, what's up? Mario, yo, capital Y.
What's up, everyone?
Oh. And Brandon, Joe, does your shirt say Big Guitar Guy?
It does. Shout out to Brandon from Guitar Brando. This is one of the shirts that they sold at some point that I bought off their website. One of our dealers up in the Great White North.
Indeed.
Edmonton.
My dude's out there
Canada.
in Alberta, kicking it and keeping us locked down, keeping things spicy up where things need to be spicy to keep people warm.
That's right.
That's right. Living the A life, hockey and maple syrup, and I'm sure he'll send me
All
a
the
nasty
stereotypes.
email or text later. Yes, super rad dude and super rad shirt. He's actually done a couple of really sick shirts over the years.
You have a few of them.
And they're all really rad. But yes, it does say Big Guitar Guy. Joe is big. Joe likes guitars. And he is a guy.
I'm big. Yes.
So, yes, shout out. Like Joe said, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Balaguer Guitars Friday live stream. If this is your first time checking us out, you probably heard us riffing like a bunch of maniacs in the beginning. We're going to do that once or twice more.
Yeah.
We're going to get caught up on a couple of things because there are a couple of cool things that have happened in the very recent past. We had a great time at the live stream a couple weeks ago. We'll talk a little bit about that because it was hilarious, and I want to. We'll talk about the new 2025 pre-orders that were just made available last week, or earlier this week. So last week. So those are available. We'll talk about those. They're super cool. We're sort of playing some cool representations of some of the things that are out there for pre-order. And Spring 4 Strings. I want to say that wrong every time. Years now we've been doing that, and I get it wrong every time. Spring 4 Strings, our annual springtime sale. All things are discounted. That's super cool. We'll talk about that in a bit as well. Again, if it's your first time, thanks for joining. We're going to hop in. That's Joe.
Welcome.
I'm Jake. We are with Balaguer Guitars. Be sure to check us out, balaguerguitars.com. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your grandma, and or your mama if you're me. And get your hang on. So we're happy everyone's here. Dylan, what's up?
Hey.
Glad you joined us, dude. Dylan, longtime friend and massive purveyor of super sick guitars. Scored one of the Pale and Ebony top runs that we recently did and has put it on a Seraph. And it's so flippin' nasty. He also scored one of the custom finishes from the last custom finish batch. We are doing custom finishes again in this Spring 4 Strings sale. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But in case you've been waiting for your custom finish, now's your time.
Now is the time.
Yes, now is your time to shine. So, enough with the intro stuff. What did we do a couple weeks ago in the live stream? We talked about Balaguer stuff, and we played the tone word game. This got a huge reaction, so we thought it would be fun to bring it up. We're going to do it again sometime. And if you have any leftover tone word game words, drop them in the chat just to make us laugh. But the idea was pick the weirdest guitar-oriented terms that people use when they talk about tone or amps, guitars, pedals. I think great examples were like glassy, squanky, chunky. There were some other good ones. Hollow was a good one.
Hollow.
All the funny words that we can't help but use. We were constantly referencing the episode of Archer when he's marooned on the pirate island and realizes that if he's trying to speak English, he can't use idioms because idioms are difficult. But the thing is, you use idioms in every sentence.
It's true.
Every weird guitar tone is an idiom, it seems. So it made for a hilarious live stream. We'll do it again. If you missed it, go back and check it out. It's number 15.
Episode 15.
Episode 15, and it was rad. It was a great time. It was hilarious. We actually rewatched it because we were laughing so much. So check it out. Other cool things that you may not know about the live stream. We are, because every couple of episodes we like to kind of recap what we do for anyone who's new. We are playing through quad cortexes.
Yes.
It's what we've done for every live stream in this series on YouTube. We love the quad cortex. We each have one. We have identical setups with different amps, but the actual processed everything is the same. It all runs out. That's it. That's all you hear are the guitars we're playing into the QC, out to the interface, and to your ear holes.
Into the webs.
To the interwebs. They sound pretty sick. They sound like this. Woo, that was trashy. But
Sounded good though.
We got there in the end though. Oh, it
So-
sounds great. It's me letting it down.
So tell the kind folk at home what guitar you're playing.
Yes, so I am playing a Seraph Modern from our recent USA series run. So these are complete. We are working on getting them out to the world. So if you haven't seen them, if you were at NAMM, you saw the 6-string version. This is the 7-string version. They both come in the same 3 finishes: gloss metallic black, gloss metallic rose, or sorry, gloss black sparkle, gloss rose gold sparkle, and gloss metallic jewel white. The other 2 are called sparkles because they have a thicker flake and it's more of that like pop sparkle finish.
Yeah.
This one is a metallic. It's a little more subtle flake. It's called jewel white because it's a custom color that Joe came up with that is a sort of off-white base with like a color shift flake. So it almost has like a Cadillac white kind of vibe where it changes depending on how you're looking at it. It's like blue, green, purple with an undertone of like almost antique white, like pearl white, pink white. It's hard to describe.
It's a fancy white.
It's a fancy white, and I'm a fancy boy, so I deserve it. It's sick. It's my go-to 7-string. I love it. It's got our Fissionbucker pickups in it, which are my personal favorite of our pickups. Hipshot Ibby bridge, roasted flame maple neck and fingerboard, alder body. 5-way switch so that you can get those fun in-betweeny tones to go from like the to the if you'll excuse my playing, I promise the guitar sounds great. But yeah, it's sick. It's Hipshot tuners, open gear tuners. They're just super rad. It's a 27-inch scale. So on the 6 strings, we did 25.5-inch scale.
Yep.
On the 7 strings, we did 27-inch scale to make them sort of more fit their vibe. And yeah, they rule. It's a lot of fun, and it sounds super sick. I'm playing through a bunch of JP2C sounds, and then my high gain tone is
really?
I know, right? I know, who'd have thought? And then the Uber Ultra is my like high gain rhythm tone, which I'm gonna play again because I think it sounds sick. Yeah, it a chunky boy.
Chunks.
Sounds super sick. So I'm a fan. You're also playing the Quad Cortex.
I am.
You're playing one of your personal guitars as well, which is one of our headless models. I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, this is my personal Vega. It's a select custom, so it's made in South Korea. This is one of the best finishes, in my opinion. Metallic silver burst.
Yes.
This one is
Speaking
gloss.
of who'd have thought.
It's got a roasted maple neck. Yeah, there isn't really anything crazy going on with this build, but it's just built to riff. It's got a rich light fingerboard, just a 12 fret, 3 dot. I call it the orbit inlay. Seymour Duncan, I believe it's what
Hot Rails.
is it? A Hot Rails?
Yeah.
Hot Rails. Hot Rails in the neck. Muramasa, our Muramasa model. Blade humbucker in the bridge, which is a ceramic magnet pickup. Hipshot hardtail headless bridge. 5-way super switch as well to get all the split coil sounds and 1 master volume.
Give us some riff. Let's hear it.
It's 25.5-inch scale.
Yeah, it is.
I'm playing through a Uber side of the Uber Ultra, same amp.
Same amp, different capture.
Yep.
Let us rip out. Over the years, there have been many words. Cojones, chutzpah,
Jun.
Got that that everybody really wants.
DJUNNNNNN. Jun.
Yes.
But no, I mean, the quad cortex just sounds good. Obviously, there are a lot of really great captures and amp models that are in the unit, but the flexibility of being able to capture your own amps, and do it so accurately, and then also have all the effects and everything else that's built into the unit.
Yeah, pretty sick.
It's just a no-brainer for us, so that's why we continually use it.
Yes, they don't pay us, by the way.
Nope.
We get asked that every now and then. We are not paid by Neural. We are not sponsored.
We also don't sell them.
We also don't sell them. We just legitimately think they're the best product to hit the guitar market in a really long time.
It seems like every other person that comes by locally to the showroom to like try out a guitar, they end up playing through the quad cortex, and because we sing their praises so often and probably so well, that they're like, "Oh, do you guys sell these?" It's like, "Oh, well, you should." It's like, no,
we just like them.
But no, they're just great.
Yeah, they're sick. Dylan, glad to see that sparkle serif. I think the pictures don't do it justice enough. Super sick. Thank you. And I think you're right. It's the number one thing that I say about this finish, which is that you just can't, you have to see it. And it's one of the finishes, I think, I don't want to say it's rare because it's a total personal preference, but for me, and it's advice that I give to people when they're starting to learn, because everyone wants, oh, what should I buy? What kind of guitar should I buy? Should I buy a Balaguer? You work at Balaguer. And it's like, well, you should buy whatever makes you want to pick it up, whatever inspires you. And this is one of those guitars that, even though I'm trash on a 7-string compared to people who play them regularly, it makes me, just looking at it makes me want to play it. I love the black on the jewel white, the black hardware against the jewel white. I love the finish. It's sick, and it plays like butter. So thank you for noticing, first off, Dylan. And it is super sick. It's really rad. And I think as more of them make their way into the wild, people will, I think, wish they had gotten in on this finish when they were still in stock, because they're super sick. Mario, who had pinch harmonics in the excellent, yes. It wouldn't even be in the first 5 minutes. You're lucky I made it 5 minutes in without doing a pinch harmonic. Kai, man, I'm so excited to get my Austral Eb set. Yeah, good shout out. Kai, longtime friend of BG and everything we do, our boy in the UK. He ordered a custom set, which, in case you don't know, we do sell pickups, our pickups, and you can order them online. You can order them in just about any configuration you want. And Kai and I were having a chat about cool ways to sort of like retrofit pickups into guitars that already have humbucker size routing. And we had just released the Mitch 6 at NAMM. And Kai was like, oh, that's rad. I like that they're P90s, but in a humbucker size.
Yep.
And I said, yes, that's something we do. And Kai ordered a super sick set of Eb Austral. So the Eb is our single coil, our like sort of more traditional single coil. It's not noiseless, but it is a little beefed up to the BG spec. Mm-hmm. He got one of those in the neck, and then an Austral, which is our Tele-inspired pickup in the bridge. So he's got like the Strat neck pickup sound and the Tele bridge pickup sound, but Balaguer-ized and in humbucker covers. So it's like, it's actually the first time we've done that as a set. Mm. We've done both of them individually, and I actually have the Austral bridge in a humbucker enclosure in one of my own personal guitars. But it's just a 6 set, so it's that super awesome combo of single coil tones. So yeah, not to totally vibe out on your pickups, Kai, but they rip, and they're in progress. They'll be made soon, so keep a lookout. And thanks for the support, as always. Dylan says, are fission buckers exclusive to the USA series? No, nope. They are not. They are, the USA series is the first run that we've put them in. And I think to date, it's the only run we've put them in. Yeah. We hope to do more. I think anyone who plays them, for me, they sit in a happy place where the neck is sort of like a modern tuned hot PAF. Like, it's not a super high output thing, but it has a little more clarity. And it makes for a really nice sort of, I don't know, it's just a nice sound. It's not over the top with gain. It's not too tight. It's a nice fluid sound that has a lot of clarity. I would say, to my ear, it reminds me of like I would think if you started with like a Seymour Duncan 59 and then made it sound a little sweeter and a little more output, you'd have the neck position of the fission bucker to me. And it sounds kind of like this. It's a very pleasing sound. I like that it never sounds harsh. It never sounds like annoying or over the top. Because I do find that a lot of those PAF pickups can sometimes get a little pokey, especially in modern gain settings where they're not really made to exist. Not that they don't sound good, it's just a different sound. I like this because it handles both the modern thing and a sort of more low-key thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole idea behind the name Fission, combination of two things. And
yes, and the other thing is the bridge pickup.
Yeah, and it's really just a marriage of the modern tightness and clarity that you want out of just a medium to high output humbucker, without it being like a searing, crazy, overwound, high output ceramic magnet humbucker. So it's still an Alnico 5 magnet pickup.
Yeah, and even with the Uber Ultra, I've got it dialed in for a relatively high gain modern tone. But when I play that with this pickup, it doesn't sound like it's going to literally rip your head off. It's still a nice sound, which I like. I like a thicker, tighter tone, but that's still crunchy. And I find that these pickups get there, and they sound like this. But yeah, it's ripping. It's my favorite pickup set because of the versatility and because of the warmth and sort of the balance of tone. Like
crunchy, warm, all those tone words.
It just
circling back around.
No, they really get me there, and I like them a lot. So yes, they are available in the Select Custom Builder. You can also order them as custom sets. If you order a custom set,
they might not be in the Select Custom Builder yet. That is something we need to add.
Oh, that's right.
But maybe that's something we'll add next week.
I like that. We like eggs, and they're on our face. Fission buckers rule. If they're not in the builder yet, go in, and when you check out with your Balaguer pickups, just put in your order notes that you want the fission buckers. They are available in the Select Custom if you order a Select Custom, and you can also order them on the side through our regular pickup orders. You can get them in whatever configuration you want: open coil, covered, black, chrome, nickel, different pole piece colors. So pretty much anything you want, we can do. The only limits tend to fall around the blade pickup stuff, just because of like the magnet shape and things like that. But yeah, definitely check it out. And if you have any questions about any of that stuff, what's the website, Joe?
BalaguerGuitars.com.
And what's the email address that they can email us at for all of their questions to be answered in due course?
info@BalaguerGuitars.com.
There you go. See, look at that. 0000001 00111 0001111. Shout out to Flight of the Conchords, who, by the way, I saw just went platinum or whatever, or not platinum, but gold, or was it platinum? Yeah, that OG album, which is so good.
It is.
Shout out to our Kiwis. Yo, Tassi, finally ordered my custom last week. Oh, okay, I recognize your name now.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dream Guitar. I'm so excited. Yeah, thanks. That's awesome. Thank you for the support.
Thank you so much.
That's a story that we love to hear, obviously, not just because it's cool to meet someone new in the BG fam and sort of hang and all that, but also a lot of people, their first custom guitar is us, because they're not having to spend $5 or $6 grand, but they still get all the spec they want.
Right. And
it's that's rad. Can't wait to chat more and send you your updates and all of that stuff. So yeah, thanks for dropping in the live stream. That's awesome. Brandon, I just got Tone Master Pro. Was looking at those in the Quad Cortex.
Nice.
Yeah, Tone Master sick.
Yeah, they're cool.
There are a bunch of, we say it all the time, it's the golden age of guitar tone. There are like way too many cool things out there right now, and most of them are good, which is wild. It's been a long time since I've played a legitimately bad piece of gear.
Yeah.
They are out there, but it used to be that you had to try harder to find the good gear. Now you have to try harder to find the bad gear.
It's also completely subjective too, because something that we may think is bad, you may think is good because of A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Because that's the fun part of playing the guitar, is that you get to have your own preference, do your own thing, then jump on a forum and have someone slag you for it. because people don't seem to understand it as personal preference.
Yes.
But yeah, stoked for that. Sarah Neff, hello there. Are the fission buckers hotter than the ferrules? Yes.
Yes.
They are. The neck pickup ferrule and the neck pickup fission bucker are not worlds apart. They're more similar than the ferrule bridge and the fission bucker bridge, but both pickups in the fission bucker set are hotter than their counterparts in the ferrule set. The ferrule is about 8K, 7.8, 8K in the neck, 12.5 in the bridge.
Yep.
And the fission buckers are about 9K in the neck and about 14.5 in the bridge. 14?
Little hotter.
A little hotter?
Yeah.
Okay. 16, closer to 16?
Yeah.
But,
it's
they're
between 16 and 17 in the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, and they're the ferrules I think are for us like our medium output do it all set, right? You have the evergreens that are more on the vintage output side of things, with our twist on it, and then you've got the hotter stuff like the Terreno buckers or the fission buckers or the Muramasa, and then the ferrule sits right in the middle. It's probably our most versatile pickup in that it does everything very well.
Yeah.
And it sounds sick. So if you like that sort of do it all tone, but sort of more in the medium output vibe, it's tough to beat. It's probably our number one. I would say it's probably our number one ordered pickup.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of pickups, a lot of the things that we have coming down through the pipeline, there's a whole array of different types of pickups in those guitars. So we have a Seraph Evertune production guitar, part of the Select series, that we're releasing. Well, we've already released it, but it's open for pre-order now.
Yep.
One of the first production runs we've ever done with Seymour Duncan pickups installed.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, super rad. So to Joe's point, we just released last week a handful of new models, new runs. They're the same body shape, but in different configurations. It's something we do every year if you're new to the brand. If you're not, they're this year's runs. And one of them had already been released. It was the Growler Baritone, which is a standard series run. That is sold out. We hope to do more soon because they're super popular, but those are now sold out. The other three that we released, which had not been previously released, one is the Seraph Evertune model that Joe is talking about, which is a Select series model. That is, you can see it on the website, BalaguerGuitars.com, but it's a space gray, comes stock with Seymour Duncan pickups. It is the Sentient Nazgul set, but the Rails version. So Seymour Duncan released the Rails versions of their pickups. They did a Rails 59 JB, a Rails Sentient Nazgul, and it's rad. They sound so sick that we wanted to do the set, so they come stock with those. They also come stock with an Evertune bridge, hence the name Seraph Evertune. So be sure to check those out. They are very cool.
Rich light boards too.
Rich light boards, roasted maple necks, Hipshot hardware, super cool, or Evertune hardware on that one, but the others have Hipshot hardware, which leads me into the other Select series guitar, the Diablo 7 Baritone.
Yes.
So this is a model that we've done before. This is a sort of recurring model, the Diablo 7 Baritone, which is a 7-string Diablo in 27-inch scale length. This one, Hipshot Ibby Bridge, and Hypernovas. So our Hypernova pickups, which are higher output ceramic pickups. Absolute beast. The last time we released it, we did it in a couple of different finishes. This time we wanted to do it in a dark blue. So it's a gloss. We call it metallic blueberry. So it's a dark metallic blue, and it flippin' rips. Anyone who's ever seen my Woodman knows that I'm partial to the blueberry color, the blueberry boy. But yeah, super sick. Those didn't last long at all last time. So if you want one, I suggest you scoop one up soon. And there was a third model that we released that is also in the standard series, like the Growler Baritone. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so it's an Espada standard. We're calling it the Espada AB for Antique Burst. So it's a really cool gloss brown to black two-tone burst. So being part of the standard series, it does not have Hipshot hardware, but it has our own hardtail bridge, locking tuners, still has stainless steel frets, still has a rich light fingerboard, roasted maple neck.
Locking tuners.
Locking tuners, yep. And yeah, it's still a premium guitar. It's just without some aftermarket parts.
Yep.
And that's definitely geared more towards classic vibes, but it can pretty much do everything. It's got ferrule humbuckers in it.
Yep.
So a good middle ground, kind of slightly hotter PAF sound. So yeah.
And the prices. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, and that one's only $9.99.
Yeah.
Plus the 15% off.
Yeah, the prices are all on the website for all of this stuff. The Espada AB $9.99, freaking insane for all that stuff. The Diablo 7 Baritone $13.99, pretty flippin' wild. The Seraph Evertune $15.99. That's loaded with Seymour Duncan pickups in an Evertune, roasted maple neck, all of our top appointments. Friggin' nuts.
Yep.
If I'm being, as humble as I can be about it. That was a joke. The Growler Baritone, like we said, sold out, but that was a standard series. And then the Mitch 6 is still available for pre-order, which is Mitch Stark of Silent Planet, his signature guitar that we released at NAMM, which is a 28.5-inch scale baritone Espada with an Evertune bridge, Bacote veneer, and his custom version of our Backwoods P90 pickups.
Yeah.
Super rad. All of that stuff is available for pre-order. Check it all out on the website.
Yeah.
I feel like we're beating you all over the head with it, but it's because it's rad. And if you miss it and you email us and you're like, I tried to buy one, but they're sold out, I'm going to be like, you should have been in the live stream when we talked about it. And I'm going to be like, yo, we'll hook you up, brother.
That's why we have to do this whole sales pitch thing. So everyone knows these things are now available on the website. And
so we don't get yelled at later.
Yeah.
Plus, it's fun to talk about because they are sick. Kai says the way that I was saying searing was setting Siri off on your phone. That's awesome. Siri. Hey, Siri. Now everyone's phones are start blowing up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love those jokes. I love how they do them on like late night TV. I think it was Jimmy Fallon had like an Alexa, and John Oliver was on his show and was like, hey Siri, tell me, or whatever, Alexa, tell me about, income inequity in the United States. And Jimmy was like, oh my God, like trying to unplug it. I was like, hell yeah.
Yep. John
Oliver's my hero, by the way. But yeah, so all that stuff is on the website. Check it out. Yep. Catching up with the chat real quick. Sarah Neth says, do they come in slanted? Yes. All of our pickups are available in multi-scale, in 6-string and 7-string configurations.
Yes, and if you're asking about ordering them separate of a guitar, we would just need to know if you need a specific angle for the base plate. We can do pretty much any angle, but we do have our standard base plate angles for our own fan angles for multi-scales. So
not all multi-scales are created equal.
Yeah, so whether it's 16 degrees for like a more shallow fan or something more extreme, we can do it. It just is going to take longer to build those, and it might be a little bit more expensive if we have to custom mill a base plate for you, but it's all doable.
Yeah, and for the record, we also offer aftermarket pickups for everything too. If you want a pickup that isn't in our builder and you order a select custom, you can ask us to do it. We do custom bare knuckle pickups all the time. Yep. We work with bare knuckle and Seymour Duncan a lot. But if, for instance, you see the Ragnarok or the Aftermath in the builder, but you want a War Pig or you want something different from bare knuckle, we can do all of that. You just have to put it in your order notes. Yep. You just have to let us know the cover if you want one, colors, all of that stuff. And if it's $100 more because you order some whack options that are super sick, then we'll just charge you the extra $100, give you a high five, put them in your guitar and be like, show us the word.
Yeah, we can do it.
We can. Super sick. Mario, Jake, that was a great impression of me when I missed out on the ambient run. You guys hooked me up big though. Yeah, dude, always got your back. Mario's been with us, hanging out with us since the live streams were done in the old shop with way less production than this.
When squirrels were damaging transformers outside of our window and shutting our power off.
Yeah, there is some live stream lore associated with squirrel attacks. Yeah, no, I'm glad we could hook you up, dude. Mario's been a long time supporter for anyone who hasn't met him, and super good dude. So yeah, I don't want anyone to be sad about missing anything. So get in there if you want it.
Yes.
And if something isn't available, you can always email us. We do typically put some quantity aside for B stock coverage in case something gets like damaged in shipment on the way to us or something like that, or on the way to a customer. So, reach out. Even if it shows us out of stock, reach out. We might be able to put you on a wait list for B stock or something like that. It's not a guarantee. We don't make any promises about that stuff. Once they're gone officially, but we might be able to help you out.
Yeah.
And shout out to Mario for being awesome. Let's see, Tassi, is there a future where the Seraph ET will come in lefty?
Possibly. We really base our production runs off of popularity and interest with lefties.
Sorry,
I think.
Southpaws.
What's up?
I said sorry, Southpaws.
Yeah, and maybe we should kind of put out a poll at some point and readdress that, because it seems as though it's always an afterthought to the public, but it's not an afterthought for us. We really do try and think about that with every run we put together. And if we don't have an overwhelming response from left-handed players via our emails, Facebook, Instagram DMs, past orders, if we look at like a year's worth of orders, how many lefties we're actually getting in. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely open to it. I think the unfortunate downside to building left-handed guitars is you can't just build one of them. You have to build a bunch of them in a production run. So it is a risk for us if there isn't interest there to get stuck with a bunch of left-handed guitars. But
took the words right out my mouth.
But yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility, and maybe that is a good segue as to just hearing what everyone out there thinks, and if there are any other lefties in the chat, speak up.
Make your voice heard. You can do that, shameless plug, in the Balaguer Facebook discussion group, the BGFBDG. Nice. And that's where we post things early. That's where we do polls. That's where we drop all this info. It's worth saying that in the Select Custom Builder, if you order a Select Custom, lefties are no extra charge. Like Joe said, for the production stuff, a lefty is treated like a completely new model. So if we're doing 40 of a guitar and we want to add a number of left-handed versions of that guitar, it can't be like 5 that we know people are gonna buy. Right. It has to be like another 30 or 40. And if we want to do that, then a lot of times we just have to hold on to that stuff for a really long time, which is not ideal for us or for anybody else, which is why we offer them free on the builder. To that end, if you are a lefty player and you're like, oh man, I really want a left-handed Balaguer, but they don't make left-handed production guitars. They probably really hate left-handed people. Why was I born this way? What can I do about it? The answer is you can order a Select Custom for 15% off right now.
Yeah.
Every year we do our Spring for Strings sale. It is our springtime sale. It is going on right now. It started today. 15% off everything. That includes pre-orders of the new models we talked about. That includes straps and merch. That includes Select Customs. So if you're a lefty and you want to order a Select Custom guitar, however the hell you want to order it, especially in the left-handed variety, because you think you're better than us, you can do that at 15% off. So not only is the lefty thing normally free, but you could knock 15% off your guitar. And we'll build it for you with no less love due to the discount or due to you using the wrong hand.
We just shipped out a left-handed Select Custom Seraph today.
We did.
It had custom bare knuckle, custom ordered bare knuckle pickups.
It did.
And if you go on our Instagram, you can probably find it. It's like an island burst finish with white,
white
polymath
etched
pickups.
Yep, they're white cover, geometric etch polymath pickups with burnt chrome pole pieces.
Super cool.
Oh my goodness, one of the sickest guitars we've made in a minute. And it came out super sick, and it's a lefty.
Yep.
So check it out. Ethan says they talked about a bunch of guitars they don't have for us to see. Smarty pants. You can see them.
That's why they're pre-orders.
Yeah, dog. Dylan says, do you guys have any burl maple thick enough for a carved top Diablo 8? I've had a build in mind for a while.
Shoot us an email and I'll check on that for you.
I was going to say, for you, maybe.
Because we do have separate stock for certain instances that we don't make available on the Select Custom Builder.
Yep.
So the best way is to just email us, and I can shoot off an email to our shop in South Korea, and they can check for us. Yeah,
we do keep stock of a lot of the more typical woods we're always going to have, but when it comes to super thick top, carved top stuff, it really depends on what we've got. Sometimes we can order it special if people want it. Sometimes it comes at a premium price. But yeah, info@BalaguerGuitars.com.
So besides...
obviously, Dylan, you know it. You can reach out to us.
Besides the 15% off, what else do we have going on for the Spring for String sale?
Well, if you've been around the brand a long time, you will know that we love to add options to the builder. We try not to make it an option paralysis thing. We try to add options that people actually want and things that add real value if you want to build a Select Custom guitar.
Yes.
So with the Spring for String sale, where you can buy anything at 15% off, Joe, 15% off. I thought you were going to play the riff. I thought you were about to get us.
Is that
demonetized?
What is that, John Petrucci?
Yeah, I can't. But yes, thought you were going to get us demonetized, and instead I did. Spoiler alert, we don't make any money off of this. There is no monetization.
Nope.
But new options have dropped.
Yes.
So we added options as part of the Spring for Strings sale this year. The number one thing that people always ask for, right? Can I get a custom finish? Our answer is always not right. Not always. Most of the time is not right now. Right. We only do it a couple times a year because of the extra labor involved in both making sure it's right for you before we start the paint and then also doing custom paint.
Yes.
It's an in-depth process, but they are available as part of this sale. Joseph, would you like to tell them about the crazy things they can do with custom finishes?
Yeah. So if you go to the builder and you go to the color section of the finish area, there's going to be a new little bubble at the bottom that looks like a booklet of paint swatches. And if you click on that, there's going to be 4 or 5 items there that you can read all about the custom finish options. There's also a hyperlink to a dedicated page that goes even more in depth on the process. It also shows some examples of previous custom finishes we've done. But like Jake has said before, and what we've said just the whole time we've done custom finishes, is it is a very limited thing because, one, we don't want to inundate the South Korean shop with one-off custom options every single month, because it is a lot of back and forth communication, not just with you guys and us, but with us and them, and then having to translate maybe a photo example to a Pantone color code, then getting approval for that Pantone color code, and then ordering the custom paint from the paint supplier. It's just a very, very long process.
Yes.
So it does extend the build time slightly.
Yes.
Yes.
But good note.
It's a limited thing that we do, like Jake said, a few times a year, because it's a really special, bespoke, option, and it is really awesome to see all of the custom ordered finishes that people come up with, because it is always unique. Like it's never like, I like this yellow, but I want it to be a little darker. It's definitely like thinking outside of the box, and it's really cool to see where the creativity takes people. And shout out to Dylan Phelps yet again, who has done some sick custom finishes. You'll see his posted on the website. Yep. Some cool ones we did recently for friends. Ed Garcia, super sick Brazilian guitar player, plays in Vitalism, had a like a denim burst done, and he even had the back of the neck flamed blue. There have been a bunch of sick ones. I'm just picking them off the top of my head, but be sure to check them out.
We usually post them because they're so rad. So
Yeah.
be sure to see them. Haziel, need the 26.5 to 28 fan to come back for the 8 strings. Maybe one day. Getting custom bare knuckles in 2 of my orders through you guys. That's true.
Awesome.
Just got off the phone with them earlier, ordering 4 sets of pickups for project guitars. Nice. Yeah, bare knuckles rule. We're a big fan.
Yep.
We are big fans. Not to be confused with those big like billows. We're fans, not billows. We're fans of fans, not of billows.
What's happening?
And the finishes are super sick. And yes, bare knuckles rule. They sound killer. They're the modern pickup of choice for many people, and with good reason.
Yep.
Kai says, Ethan, most of the guitars mentioned are up for pre-order and are shown off at a guitar events. The stream is just to chat and chill. That is correct. BalaguerGuitars.com. Go look at everything.
Yes.
Thanks, Kai. Sarah says, thanks for the answers. It would be for a select build. I'm going to push the button once I stop changing my mind on color. We definitely know what that's like.
Totally understand.
Yes, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Kenny, yo, sub boys.
What's up, dude?
Joe showing off that beat up Marshall cab in the background. Very nice.
Yes. The beat up Marshall cab with no speakers in it.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun Marshall cab news for everyone.
We're going to have some fun Marshall stuff.
What? We were in the UK and went to Marshall? What? We had a chat with them? What?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, be ready. I'm not ready. Nobody's ready. You're not ready. Why are you looking at me like you're ready?
So besides custom finishes, we also
get him with the big boy.
Yeah, we also released something that has been, I would say, a pretty overwhelmingly popular request over the years, and
one of the number ones.
And honestly, like, it was a logistical thing. Like, we couldn't make it happen because of the cost and some of the laws put in place with shipping certain things. But very excited to announce that we are now offering nitrocellulose lacquer as a paint option for clear coating. So what that means is you can still choose any of our normal color finishes. So solid colors, see-through colors, fades, bursts, etc.
Metallic.
Even metallic. But when you go to the actual section that is called finish instead of color in the online builder, you'll see 3 bubbles now instead of 2. So one's going to be gloss polyurethane, one's going to be gloss nitro lacquer, and then the third is going to be satin polyurethane. And what that means is you're going to be able to choose whatever finish you would like in the builder. And then when you go to choose the sheen of your finish, meaning if you want it to be glossy or if you want it to be satin, you can choose nitro. And it's really cool because nitro as a finish is just different in so many different ways from polyurethane, not just from a durability standpoint, but a thickness standpoint, how it is catalyzed before you actually shoot it on a guitar and how that reacts from a chemical standpoint.
Science.
There is definitely proof in the pudding as far as like the guitar sounds different when it has a nitro finish on it versus a polyurethane finish. Now with that said, our polyurethane finishes are thinner. We don't cake on 20, 30 coats of polyurethane. But for people who are looking for that specific thin, lacquer finish that over time will age, this is for you. And we're really excited. We're using Mohawk brand nitrocellulose lacquer.
In case you want to Google it.
Yeah, it's pre-catalyzed, so it's mixed to be the very best musical instrument lacquer. They are the industry standard for a lot of companies out there for nitro. And it's going to be available through our Select Custom series. And if you order a guitar today and you choose nitro, that's what you'll get.
Indeed.
And we'll explore in the future potentially with aging and things like that. But for right now,
which is also a top tier request. But
yes, but for right now, it's just going to be a nitro clear coat, and you're more than welcome to do the aging yourself naturally over time.
Yes.
And
Or throw your guitar in a refrigerator and then call us and be upset about it
Yeah.
later. Except don't do that.
no, don't do that. But yeah, very excited that that is now an option. You can actually go and see all the different options that will coincide or not coincide with that finish. So there are some limitations, and really it comes down to like the back of the neck finish.
Yes.
Like if you're choosing a nitro clear coat on the body, we're not doing nitro finishes on necks right now. So it will default to oil and wax finish on the back of the neck.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you have any questions, just shoot us an email about it. We're happy to answer whatever questions you have about it. And beyond the nitro option, the custom finish option, there are two other things we also announced today for the sale.
That's true. Which would make 4 things in total. And I promise that I can remember what the other 2 are, and I'm not stalling. Yeah, but I'm gonna read some comments while Joe prepares those other 2 things. Spring for Strings, 15% on the remainder of my Mid-6 pre-order, maybe. Kai gives him a shout out. Haziel with the big brain move. Well, I'm not going to say it's not big brain. I respect the hustle, and you miss 100% of shots that you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. But no. Dylan says, hearts. Yes, we love you too, dude. And Kenny, you do know all about that. It's so tempting to do a custom finish, but that Cosmic Sparkle is so good looking. Decisions. Yeah. Cosmic Sparkle is sick. It's I would say a surprisingly popular finish because it's such a unique, like incredible, just it's bling. Like there's no, you don't hide it. I mean, you could get it satin and it's a little subdued, but it's a lot of pop. And we love doing it, so we're stoked that people want it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a popular finish, and it rips. So yeah, just get the Cosmic Sparkle if that's what you want. Save 15% on your order. You basically get it for free.
It's true.
And there you go. You've won. You've beat the system. You've beat Balaguer Guitars at their own game. And we're not even mad about it because we want you to have it. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, you like that? Sharks. There we go. My boy's got my back. Because
someone's keeping us on track.
I was going to say, he knew that I was not going to get there. Shark fin inlays.
That's right.
Woo!
For all the shredders out there.
Yeah, another one that was a common request.
Yeah, and over time, we pushed some certain specs off for a while if we think it's not going to serve a specific purpose other than, you know, a new aesthetic choice for something. But, you know, I just personally felt like it's something that I'm seeing more and more of beyond just 1 or 2 brands that made that popular back in the 80s. So I felt like it was a cool thing, and it seems like people are really digging it, and it's available not just in like your typical white perloid inlay material. You can also get it in all the other inlay materials we offer. So mother of pearl,
which is
black ABS, which would look really cool on like a roasted maple fingerboard or a maple fingerboard. So yeah, that's available now. It's also available across the board. So 6 and 7 and H string fingerboards, as well as bass fingerboards.
Yes, and if that tickles your fancy, like Joe said, it's across the board. I think they've been relatively limited in the past in terms of like string count or material or whatever. We have it available for everything, so be sure to check it out. Also, fun Jake story time. I played a dinky with a maple fingerboard and black shark fin inlays back in the Gap. When I thought I was cool enough to play guitar like that.
Was it white?
No, it was the.
I had that one.
I had the red version.
Okay.
Same guitar, but the red one.
Yep.
I think it was white, red, and black that they came in.
I had the white one.
Yeah. Every time I saw it in Musician's Friend, shout out if you remember Musician's Friend.
Oh yeah.
Every time
There's still a thing. I think.
Well, you know, shout out to when people got Musician's Friend and freaked out over it because the internet was young. Musician's Friend. I used to see that model, the DK24. Yeah, exactly. RIP. Sorry, guys. Don't hate me, please. We love you. You were such a big part of our childhoods. I love that guitar, and it was my like drop D guitar, so I kept that one dropped and tuned down. Sick guitars. Anyway, shark fin inlays rule. They're in the builder now. Check them out. Do something cool. I like the murdered out idea. where you would do black on black, which a lot of people do with block inlays, but it would look super sick with shark fins, or the black on maple, which is a classic look for shark fins that is super sick. Yeah, a lot of great historical sort of significance around the shark fin, and yeah, like Joe said, it was the right time. So definitely stoked.
Yeah, you can also do like cream pearloid, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, on like a rosewood or something. Yeah, it would be super sick. So that's 3 of 4. And then I don't think anyone's called out the 4th one yet. Kai says nitro finishes mean we're getting relic customs by 2027. Probably. Hit us up.
We shall see.
Saraneth says, can we mix finishes? E.g., if we wanted a gloss top but a satin back and sides, can we do that? So you can always do a gloss top with satin back and sides. We don't put it as an option in the builder because things just got convoluted and weird. Like with the option choosing, you can always do a gloss top with a satin back and sides if you want. You can also do natural back and sides or black back and sides against a colored top.
Which, one thing to note, that is something that's very high on the feature request.
In the builder.
Of having something in the online builder to choose all of those things.
Yes.
As well as a rear view of the guitar, which we are working on.
Yes. So not much longer for that.
Yeah. So that'll all be in the pipeline.
Yes. It's all already in the pipeline. But yes, you can. If you want it, put it in your order notes. If you have any questions about what you can and can't do, email us, info@balaguerguitars.com. We also don't charge any extra for that. So it's not like a custom finish at that point. You can do that with just about anything. Just hit us up to make sure we can do exactly what you want. Kai says, is nitro rustic possible?
Yes. Right now, you can do nitro clear coat on anything. I would have to see if there's actually a conditional limitation,
like in the
builder, that would stop you from doing rustic, because rustic in the builder has its own sheen. Like just as a defaulted option. But if someone wanted to order that, we could definitely make that work.
Shout out, Kai. I know what you're thinking. Dylan says, separate topic. Gonna skip that. I'll come back to it though. Tony Pizzuti.
Yo!
Might need the ether with that shark fin inlay, our boy Tony. Also, hell
What's
yeah,
up, dude?
do.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah, good to hear from you. And that would be super sick. In fact, I may have made that comment about my ether. I was like, oh, shark fins.
Yes.
I did the same thing with the extreme side-by-side headstock like these. They just look so sick on the ether. Same thing with the shark fins. I like it. We could go team ether. I might put one in with you.
Tony, I didn't forget about the Bills themed guitar. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, no, he's not. We're not allowing that.
Yeah,
Get that trash out of here.
I'm gonna send it to you. And it's just gonna have go birds all over it.
Go birds.
Yeah.
No, good to hear from you, dude. Thanks for dropping in. Tony says, "My dudes." Yeah, we got you, dude. Great to hear from you. Dylan does say, separate topic. We'll let him roll with it. Any behind the scenes details or idea of when we can expect some news on the new model variations coming this year under some of the Artist Series guitars?
Yes. So very soon, actually. We have things planned for this part of the year, and then we have things planned for later in the year.
Yes.
And that's all I can really say right now, but it's all very exciting, very cool. Variations of new models, past models, and completely redesigned. Fun stuff.
All sorts of cool things to look forward to. You heard it here first. Keep an eye out. Would I be able to add black shark fins to the Typhon I just ordered, the metallic shift with gold accents? Yes, I know the build you're talking about. I know exactly who you are. And I think you're at a point where you can. I don't want to make any promises. Shoot me an email. I know we've talked via email. Shoot me an email. info@balaguerguitars.com. We'll catch up and we'll take a look. If they've already cut the inlays, which on your build, I don't think they have. But again, I can't make promises. Shoot it in. We'll take a look. Because if we can, we'll swap you over. Joshua Redmond, just sat down for my lunch break. Let's flip and go.
Nice.
Yeah, happy lunchtime.
Yes.
I had leftover meatloaf with mashed potatoes and crazy good hatch chili
That's right.
on it. It was amazing. Haziel says Druid bass.
Yes, thank you.
Lead me into it. Number
Boom.
4. Joe, take it away. New bass model. Does that sound funny to anybody else? Because it sounds funny in the room.
I think the monitor shut off.
Oh, I bet it did, huh? So it probably sounds totally normal to y'all, but we can't hear the guitars anymore. Yeah.
Let us know what the sound sounds
let
like.
us know that it sounds just like a guitar. But yes, the Druid bass. Take it away, Joe. Number 4, being released, Spring for Strings 2025. Balaguer Guitars taking over the world with 15% off, nitro finishes, shark fin inlays,
custom finishes.
There
you go. You got
and
there.
Druid basses.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, so the Druid bass is something that people have been asking for a little bit, ever since we released the Druid guitar shape. And yeah, just felt like a natural progression, and we already had all the design work done. So it is now available to be built as a select custom model, and it's available 4 or 5-string, multi-scale, standard scale. And yeah, it's a cool, compact bass model.
Yeah. Get weird with it.
Yeah.
We posted the multi-scale mock-up, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of doing something for me. Cool juxtaposition. Very neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, some cool stuff. People are already posting mock-ups with all of this stuff in the BGFBDG, by the way. So be sure to check them out. Join in, hang out. Post your mock-ups, maybe give us some ideas. It'll be rad.
I love just not being able to hear what I'm playing.
Yeah, it's funny.
I hope it sounds
We
good.
can slightly hear the guitar in the monitor headphones, and like that's it. But it's like all the way across the room, so all it sounds like is.
Yeah, it sounds like a 13-year-old is playing like down the hall in his
the
room.
basement or something.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's probably just my playing though.
Kenny Bub, welcome back, dude. Sereneth email. Yes, please. Tony Pizzuti. Man, you're so cool. Go Bills, get that out of here, man. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
No. Seriously, dude, good to hear from you.
Yeah, man.
Dylan says, love the Growler T-Bar, man. Giving a shout out to Tony. Yeah, because his T-Bar is super sick. Which, by the way, Tony, since you're here, we had a couple of your T-Bars when we were in the UK at the end of February, and people were freaking going nuts for them. So
I love them.
Yeah, so sick. Josh Redmond says, need Devin's model in that white color for sure. That would be sick. And yeah, Devin always planning new stuff, has new ideas all the time. So,
keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled. And keep your ears open.
Yes.
And your hair did.
All the holes, keep them the way they are.
Yes. Or open them.
Yeah.
Kenny says, sounds delicious. I just had to share that comment. Kai's super excited to see the next iteration of the BB Sig. Yes, so are we.
Me too.
We're more ready for it than you can ever possibly imagine.
It's gonna be rad.
It is gonna be super sick.
It's coming soon.
So Kenny says sounds like some ripping guitars to me. Sweet. Okay, so it does sound good. Paul, yo, what's up, dude? If you chug a low note, you'll be fine. Great to see you again. Hi, Kai, as well. Yeah, Paul, we hung out in Germany for Guitar Summit. Super rad, dude. Thanks for dropping in, man. And be sure to tell Sven I said hello as well. Hope y'all are getting some time to hang. Mario says, don't forget to drop a like, chat. Hell yeah. My boys always got our back.
Comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. And be sure to buy your Lurpak spreadable butter invented in 1901. Kai says, hey, Paul. Tony Pizzuti, love to hear it and appreciate the support.
What is that from?
No, you bet. There's this random YouTube channel so James May, who was one of the hosts on Top Gear, started doing this Drive Tribe channel that became like a Food Tribe channel. And there's this like hilarious pedantic thing that he does where he's just like, every time he puts butter on something, it's this like crappy purchased butter that's like from the supermarket. And he's like, Lurpak spreadable butter invented 1901. Every time he puts it down on a piece of bread. Yeah, I don't know. Put it on your guitars. I think it's an English only thing though. So Kai, you'll have to let us know. But yes, those are the things that we have going on. New 2025 models. Check them out. They're all on the website. The Growler Standard Baritone is already sold out. So if you want any of the other things, I suggest you move quickly. That includes the Diablo Baritone 7 from our Select series, 27-inch 7-string carved top Diablo in a metallic finish. Super sick. The other Select series guitar is the Seraph Evertune. This model, but in a 6-string, in a 6 space gray finish, Seymour Duncan pickups and an Evertune bridge. There is the other standard series guitar that we're doing, the Espada AB, stands for Antique Burst. That's what we're calling the finish. It's rad as hell. It's $999 US. Still comes with all the good shit, right? Roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets, locking tuners, all that stuff for $1,000. Rippin' Espada. Be sure to check it out. Spring for Strings, that dropped today. 15% off anything and everything on the website. Most notably, any of the pre-orders that I just mentioned, you can apply that sale to. You can also apply it to any Select custom you order.
Yeah. You can apply it to a strap. You can apply it to in-stock stuff.
Yeah. You can strap that strap right
Whatever's on the website for sale, you can apply it to.
Yes. Yeah. And Select Customs, new models, part of the Spring for Strings sale. Big headliners, custom finishes, yo. Everyone always wants custom finishes. Get yourself one.
And now is the time to save on guitars. Because who knows what's going to happen in the world?
I thought we'd get through the whole live stream.
And that's all I'm going to say. And that's all we will say.
Because everyone's getting shafted by a douchebag right
now.
now. And the where was I? Things, custom finishes.
Yes.
Nitro finish, super rad. If you ever wanted your Balaguer to age out, or you want that different sound or that different feel of a nitro finish, or you want to impress your forum buddies on the gear page, order a nitro cellulose finished Balaguer guitar. It's super sick. I will be ordering one myself, to be completely honest. So can't wait for that. Shark fin inlays.
Yes.
You want to get your everything cool on? Yeah. I think I did it backwards. You want to get your shark fin on? Salsa shark.
That's how sharks sound.
Yeah.
Underwater.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Those are available now. Druid bass drop. So everyone always, this was the #1 bass request we had for a model. Like Joe said, after we released the Druid guitar, everyone was like, Druid bass, we want one. Now you can have one.
Yep.
If you order one right now, it's 15% off on the website. And I think that's everything.
Should we riff?
I think we should riff. I'm going to speed through these last couple comments, and then we're going to riff, and then we're going to go home and see our families and live our lives.
Yes.
And probably do Friday dinner, and we hope that you all are able to do the same, whether by yourself or with your loved ones on the moon. Or in Germany, if you're Paul Bradshaw. Or not Germany, sorry. I totally miss country.
What a friend he is.
I was thinking of Germany because we met at Guitar Summit.
Wow.
Regardless of where you are, we hope that you have a
European guy.
We hope that you, that's me. Hey, if you're from Europe, over there where they, eat cheese or whatever, for the record, we would kind of rather be there right now.
We will be there in September.
And we will be there in September. Good shout out. That was a good segue. We will be there in September for Guitar Summit this year. Yeah. So we will see y'all soon, all of our European brethren and sistren. We will be there at the end of September, and we will see y'all then. In the meantime, Joe Balaguer, Jake Trowbridge, hi and bye. We're going to riff a little bit. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who dropped stuff in the comments. I know Luxembourg. I'm such a douchebag. I own that one, Paul. Sorry about that. We're going to riff a little bit. We're going to get out of here, and we hope everyone has a great weekend. Yes. Like I said, I'm going to lightning round these real quick. RIP that dollar to euro conversion rate. Frickin' tell me about it. RIP to my wallet, bro. I ain't sorry about it. Kenny says, damn, Jake. Yeah, sometimes you got to let it fly. Mario, it's good, boys. Good to hang today. Good to see you, dude. Let's see, what else? Oh, no. Thanks for streaming. You're so welcome. Import went up from 250 to 800. Whoa. Sure hope not for us. Thanks for the stream. Tassi, good to meet you. And thanks for your order. And email us. We'll get you sorted.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Thanks, everybody. We're going to riff now because I'm going to keep making a fool of myself. And then we will enjoy the weekend. Peace, everybody.
Have a good